Hey, this is Eli, aka Devoted Day Trader, on today's day trading recap, which is June 3rd, 2020. I am going to talk about the power of scalping. This week I've been concentrating on scalping instead of my usual 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio, because with scalping, if you're trading stocks that you're very familiar with, you could actually scalp your way into a very profitable day. And I'm considering only concentrating on scalping, because if you could get 20 cents each time, and those 20 cents could add up. And for this strategy to work, as you can see, those who usually watch my recaps, I'm usually watching about 16 stocks, but I've narrowed down the number of stocks to 5. And mainly I concentrate, I'm now only concentrating just on the top 4 actually. So Uber, Micron Technology, MU, Twitter, and JD, and also Starbucks. But Starbucks at times it could be a bit jumpy, so I'm kind of cautious with Starbucks. But usually the top 4, they're not jumpy. They trade clean, meaning that the spread is usually 1 penny or less, or just 1 penny actually. So there's not much slippage. And if you're familiar with the way the stocks move, and you could actually scalp them over and over again, especially now with the commission being so cheap, and in some cases even free, depending on the broker that you use for your trading. Scalping could be a very profitable way of making a living. So let's go through my trades. So these are all the trades that I made today. I started the day with MU, and with MU I was short biased because the stock gapped up to the daily 200 moving average, this red line right here. So I was definitely short biased despite the gap, but I waited for a confirmation. And my confirmation was this first 2-minute bar, which was actually a bull bar in the first 1 minute and some change, but it closed as a bear bar with a topping tail. This is a lot of selling pressure. So knowing that, I went short here. I went short at 47.94. I added to my position when it moved higher. My stop was high of day. And on the first drop, I covered half of my position, and on the second drop, I got out for So I think I made about 20 cents on this trade per share. So now the objective is, if I get a quick 20 cents, I'm gonna take that 20 cents, and that's what I did. And then I went back short. In fact, I had a sell order waiting right here, and it popped up. I got filled, but I got out for for probably a 10 cents per share profit, because there was a lot of buying right here, and there were huge orders right here. That's what I saw on the level 2. So I got out. It did drop eventually, but after that, it moved higher. I mean, MU had an explosive day today. I mean, if we change to 15 minutes, I mean, it just went higher. It went parabolic today, and the reason why it went parabolic was because of this 200 moving average is key resistance. But once the resistance is cleared, and if it's significant resistance like the daily 200, once the stock gets above it, it's gonna explode, and that's what happened. The same case with Twitter. Twitter was also up against its daily 200, and because of that, I actually tried to scalp Twitter several times. Let's go back to the 2 minutes. So with Twitter, the first time I went short here, seeing this top, but So, but it didn't drop, so I got out for I think I lost about 9 cents, or yes, yeah, I lost 12 cents per share. And then I tried again and I got stopped out twice. But later on, I shorted it once I saw that it got to 33.50. So half dollars could act as a psychological resistance in this case. So and also on the 5 minute as well. On the 5 minute, it made a double top. So we have a double top on the 5 minute. We have a double top on the 2 minute, and a double top at a potential $half resistance. Went short. Took my profit there. I think this was about 22 cents or so. So I pretty much broke even. So the money that I lost here, I got back here. And then I'm pretty sure I traded Twitter. So after lunch, I went running for lunch, came back home, and saw that Twitter just exploded to the upside. And and I saw this bear bar on the 2 minute. This bear bar on the 2 minute at around 34, the whole number, and I took a step at it. Went short. As soon as I went short, it popped, and I got out for about 12 cents or so. That was my stop, and I kept watching it, and actually got my money back plus a little more right here. So it made a new high, and it was consolidating here. And there was an attempt to take it down, but it bounced off the 20 on the 2 minute, and it actually stopped out the people who went short here with a stop here. So once I saw this bar actually closed strong, I went long with my, so this was at 34.78 with my target at 35. In fact, my plan was to wait until it got to 35 and then shorted, because obviously it's way extended, right? I mean, Twitter went parabolic today. I mean, just look at this move. And by the way, these type of days only happen about 20% of the time. So these type of days are rare. And I think what gets a lot of new traders in trouble, and I used to be a victim of this as well, is that looking for these type of days, looking for a stock to just continue going higher and higher and higher. This is rare. These type of days don't usually happen, but when they do happen, man, yeah. But we want to play what is common, what happens every day, not what happens 20% of the time. Anyway, went long here, took my profit here. So on Twitter, I made a little money on it because the first two trades were losers, made money here, and then lost money here, made money here. So Twitter was I still made some money on it, but so we talked about Uber, we talked about Twitter, and then JD was not actually, we didn't talk about Uber. So Uber, I believe I only had one trade on Uber, and on Uber I saw that it gapped up. The gap held up. It pushed higher. It consolidated in the top 1/3 of this move up. Once I saw that, I went long with my stop, the low of this, which was literally a 10-cent stop. It popped. Took my profit at around 20 cents. So that was Uber. 20 cents per share, that is. And then JD did give me a hard time, but I finally made back my losses on it at plus more. So JD in the open, it moved. So JD gapped up, and it just exploded to the upside. And once it sold off and it pulled back to the 20 moving average on the 2-minute, I went short with my stop the high of these two topping tails. In fact, the reason that I went short was it moved up, sold off, it pulled back to about 1/3 of the push down. We had two topping tails, the 20 moving average. I took my chances, went short, but it didn't go far enough. My target was about right here. That would have given me about 20 cents or so. I think it gave me about 15 cents, but I was not quick enough to cover because I needed 20 cents per share, and then it stopped me out. But once I saw that once I realized the people that went short here, they put their stop here. So knowing that, I actually flipped my position, went long. And I'm upset with myself because here it pushed higher. It gave me about 23 cents, but I guess I was kind of greedy. I wanted to get to a high of day and even possibly make a new high. And so this is where I deviated from my plan, because if I had taken my profit when it moved up by 20 cents, I could have made the loss of this trade plus more, because here I only lost about 10 cents. Here I would have made 20 cents, so I would have been up 10 cents per share. But because I didn't take profit, it dropped. I got out. So I had two losers in a row on JD. But then I believe I went for lunch, came back home from lunch, and then I noticed that JD actually sold off to close to the 200 on the 2-minute, and also this line right here, which is pre-market high. It sold off here, and then it slowly grinded higher, but I noticed it stalled at VWAP. And once I noticed that, I went short here with my stop here, about a 10 cents stop, and my target was the 200 on the 2-minute. So this was about a 20 cents move. Took my profit here, and then once I noticed this bottoming tail on the 2-minute, and the people who went short here are taking their profit here. I went long here with a stop right here, so I think I was risking about maybe 6-7 cents per share, and it popped up, and my target was right here, because on the 2-minute, the people that went long here, because this was at some point a bull bar, the people who went long here have been trapped. So if they bought more here, they're gonna try to get out for a break even on the initial buy and profit for the shares that they bought here. So realizing that, I bought here and got out here. So these two trades pretty much erased the first two losses on JD and made me profitable on the name. So these are the trades for today. It's definitely mentally you gotta be on top of it, but I think scalping it's not for everyone, but it can be done, and I will be sure to do more recaps of my scalping journey. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.